Hello. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Hello. Can you hear me on my mic? I hope so. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I think I'm good. Yay! Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad to hear. It said something, I got like an alert that said, mic is muted or something. It was like weird. Hello, Locke. Hello. Anna, what's up? Anna, what's up? Hello, hello. I'm gonna build Fblthp today. It's a Magic the Gathering deck that I've been Christiani, hi. It is a Magic the Gathering deck that I have been wanting to build for a while. Let me turn on my like goal things because I forgot to do that last time. But I did it this time. Haha. That's why I need to be like sponsored by Post-its. So oh no. I need to be sponsored by Post-its so that I could remind myself to turn on all my things. And let me open my stream so that I could see my chat in like a nice big screen. Okay, so I have been wanting to brew Fblthp for like years, and now that the Thunder Junction set came out and there is a new Fblthp out, I was like, okay, this is the perfect time to finally finish Fblthp. So I started, I'm gonna list it so that people can find it. Make it public. What's happening? I don't want to unlist it. I want to make it public. Speaking of, look at this Post-it ad that I got. How do I list it? Oh, let me sign in. Teehee. There we go. Okay. I'm going to list it. Make it public. I'll post it in the chat again later. I've been wanting to brew Fblthp for a long time. I do want to make it a homunculus deck, so I do want to add all the possible homunculi to it. But I also looked at some other Fblthp decks that exist. Excuse me. And some combos that exist for these color combinations. So this is a primer of an existing Fblthp deck. I don't want to copy a list, but it does include pretty detailed explanations of possible win cons and combos in this deck. There's also this article I found, but it's quite dated, so there's no newer cards in it. It's a 2019 article. Um, but Proteus staff seems to be pretty big in it. Excuse me. Oh my god. um there's March of the Machines Intruder Alarm Jace combo. Um for It says our first combo is remarkably good for Fblthp the Lost and Proteus staff. Oh my god, my allergies are crazy. There's also an Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, Soul Ring combo, Aetherflux Reservoir, and Brain Freeze. Tried and True, Basalt, Rings of Bright Hearth, Infinite Colorless Mana combo, Blue Sun Zenith, Pull from Tomorrow. There's a lot of possibilities in this deck. I don't know that I want to do that. And there's also no creatures. That's pretty typical in a Fblthp deck. Fblthp is the only creature. However, that method relies heavily on combos and trying to get to the combo as fast as possible, as opposed to providing blockers and evading attacks and things like that. I don't necessarily want to do that. Have no creatures. I don't necessarily want to rely on the combo, but I'd like to maybe have a combo as an option. Like, I want to have a win con. I want to lose Fblthp, find him. I want to throw him in my deck, find him, things like that. Just for the lulz, but like I also do want to have creatures. I have added and I also added Super Duper Lost, which is not a legal card, but I just have to because he's so cute. I also added what's it called? Is it an enchantment? Lost in the Maze, because I just like the flavor of Fblthp being lost and all the lost cards. So I added straight up deck lists from other decks. So I'm at 220 cards on main, which obviously I don't want to keep, but and let me try to make this more visible to you. Let's see how I can do that. Let's see. I have to pull up OBS so that I can see it, because I don't know what it looks like to you. There it is. I don't know why the screen is so stretched. Hopefully that's a little better for you. Okay. Yeah, I have so many cards in here and I need help because I don't know what I'm doing. I do want to have some combos in here, but I don't want to have everything. I'm hearing that artifacts and colorless mana is really important in this. But we're at 39 artifacts, and I feel like this might be a good place to start reducing some stuff. All right, what does alter do? Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top card of his or her library. I feel like that's really like stacksy and maybe not necessary. So I'm gonna remove this. And I'm gonna be generous with removing things because normally I keep things in considering just in case I want to use them again later or swap cards out. But obviously there's 220 cards in this, and I think I'm going to be generous with removing things this time. And I'm going to be a bit methodical with my combos that I choose. I did open up colorless combos and mono blue combos in EDH Rec. So I haven't completely decided where I want to go with it, but which is why I didn't start with removing creatures yet, because there's some creatures that are influential to these combos and I don't necessarily know what I want to do or where I want to go with these combos just yet. But I do know that I want to have at least a couple combos because it's not a strong deck on its own. It's kind of like a silly deck. So it will rely on a combo for a win con, which I don't normally do. I don't normally build decks that rely on combos, and this one will. So it's kind of my first deck that will for sure rely on a combo. Okay. I'm gonna keep Basalt Monolith for now. I think I'm gonna remove like the big Moxes and stuff. Codex Shredder is part of a combo. I don't know if I need it just yet. Coveted Jewel is not my favorite. I know colorless mana seems to be pretty essential to this particular deck, but like Worn Powerstone is basically a 3 mana Soul Ring that enters tapped. It doesn't feel good, but all right. This only adds 1 mana. See, like, I don't know why so many people added all these like bad rocks. Thanks, Luck, for validating me. Yeah, so I obviously like copied and pasted some things from people's lists, and I added all the homunculi from my own and all the Fblthp like what's that called? The secret layer. My mind is shot today. The secret layer Fblthps that are blue. There's like one that doesn't fit in here, but all the blue Fblthp secret layers, and like the shell of the deck started from my brain, and then I added cards from other folks' decks, but I'm like not understanding why some people put certain things in here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start removing things that I personally wouldn't have put in here. And if they're part of a combo, I'll just add them back. But I know Codex Shredder is part of a combo, but I don't really want it in here. I don't want Coveted Jewel in here. I do like Dreamstone Hedron. I'll keep it in for now. You may exile target land you control whenever a land with the same name as exile card is tapped for mana. Okay, that's pretty good. I can exile an island. I love Gilded Lotus in a mono deck. I love it. People hate it, but I love it. I know it's 5 mana, but it adds consistently 3 mana of any one color over and over and over. I think it's pretty good. Like, I like it, especially late game. It can help put out bombs. It can help. It doesn't enter tapped. It can like you're paying 5, but it taps for 3 immediately. So essentially, it's like paying 2 for 3, right? Like in my mind, I feel like it's really good, and I think people underestimate it. I really, really like Gilded Lotus in a mono deck. People want to hate on it, but it's I don't want to say it's a pet card because I do play a lot of mono decks. It's not a pet card, and it is a card I'm willing to cut, especially in like low curve decks. But I love it. I love it. A couple untappers that makes the rock smoother. Yes. I feel like that's a good idea, like a voltaic key or unwinding what's the clock one? Something unwinding clock, something clock that untaps things. You know the one. You know the one. Um I'm an artifact hoe. I love colorless, and I spent so much time and effort on my Traxos deck that I'm really pretty familiar with like colorless mana rocks and some most artifacts in colorless that are not Eldrazi based because it's not an Eldrazi deck. But um I love Voltron decks, I love mono decks, I love colorless. That's like in my wheelhouse. So let's see. I'll leave Hedron Archive for now. All spells cost 1 generic mana less to play. I like that, but it helps my opponents too. I hate crewing things. This has to be part of a combo because I hate crewing things. A copy of a creature an opponent controls. Ugh, I don't like getting into copy stuff. Let's not. Isochron Scepter, Mind Stone. Hey, Ice Prophet, welcome in. What's up? Moon Snare. Help me! Help me! I'm brewing Fblthp. We're gonna lose him. We're gonna find him. Shenanigans will ensue. I need to put in useful combos for this. So we're cutting right now. I'm at 215 cards on the main deck. We are cutting cards because I started with a shell and then I added some deck lists, some cards from deck lists that I found that do rely on combos. And I do want to use combos, but I don't necessarily want to use all of the same combos that these decks are using. Also, a lot of Fblthp decks. Thank you for subbing with Prime, Flypaperfoot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And for activating my Tina Belcher kissing voice because I love her so much. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. I am going. Okay. A lot of Fblthp decks from 2019, from past decks. Fblthp is an OG card. It's not OG, but OG for me because I started in 2021. So Fblthp is an older card, and a lot of Fblthp decks are 0 creatures. They just rely on putting Fblthp in the deck and finding him and relying on multiple combos. I don't want to do that. I want to make it a homunculus deck. So I did put all the homunculi in here, but I also have other creatures that are parts of combos. So I haven't cut those creatures just yet. Because I might need them for the combo. Um, and the new Fblthp is in here as well. Fblthp Lost on the Range. So, excuse me. I want to maybe make it so that the commanders are interchangeable and I could use either Fblthp Lost on the Range or regular Fblthp. Yeah, I don't think the commander's ability is gonna drive. Hey, what's up? Welcome in. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for visiting. I don't think Fblthp's ability is gonna drive the deck per se, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I want to do with it just yet. I do know that I want it to be homunculus, and I do know that I want to have a couple combos in it, but hey, monster, why not do shape-shifting homunculus? Is that in here? I don't freaking know. Oh, you mean like shapeshifters that turn into homunculi. That's a good idea. That's possible. Okay, so first, I'm cutting things that I know that I don't want. And then we'll go back and look at the combos that I want to include, or like the must-have combos. And then creatures, maybe? I don't know. I'm like, that's why I wanted to build this on stream, because this deck I've been wanting to build for like 2 years and it is just getting away from me. Like, I don't know what I want to do with it. My mind keeps going in a million directions for it, and it's not coming to fruition for me. Okay. I'm cutting these expensive moxes because this is a Fblthp deck and it's just freaking silly. And I don't want it to be like a baddie deck, you know? Like, yeah, I don't want it to be like a big bad pricey deck. I just want it to be silly. I want it to be a silly goose. I might leave the colorless combo and Mystic Forge. That's pretty good. I love Nyx Lotus in a mono deck. Um, Monster, if it's adding, what kind of combo are you doing? Casual combo, CEDH combo. I haven't decided. Um, because this deck primarily is going to be silly. Um, so I'm open to either, because I think I don't want to like tutor for the combo necessarily, but I think the deck is going to do such silly things that having a good combo in it is not terrible if it's like a late enough win. I'm not trying to win on like turn 3. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to play with the deck and then have a combo as a possible win con in the event that things go awry, you know? Like, I think Fblthp decks rely on combos pretty often. So I do want to have like maybe 3 possible combos or win cons in it, but I want to play with it. I don't want to like win super fast. You know what I mean? Um, Prismatic Lens. Do I want to keep this? Yeah, maybe I'll keep it for now. Proteus Staff is a big part of a combo. Sapphire Medallion for sure I want to keep. I put Scroll Rack in things and then end up not using it. I don't know how fruitful it is. I'm gonna add the link again in the chat. That's the deck as it stands so far. Yeah, I feel like I don't end up using scroll rack that much. I can always put it back, but I'm removing it for now. Scry one. I know this deck tends to love mana, but Seer's Lantern's not my favorite. I like a Divining Top better than Scroll Rock. I'll leave it for now. Sphere of the Suns. I can get rid of that. Bye. I like Tamio's journal, but do I love it? Probably not. Let's get rid of it. I love the One Ring. What's that? Grand Architect Pilipala combo? I'm learning stuff today. I don't know anything about combos. I never, ever, ever put combos in my decks. I've put a combo in my deck once. No, twice. And they were black decks. So that's why I don't play black very often. But I put the Sanguine Bond combo in my Skithrix deck, and I put my I put in Toxrill the Thoracle Demonic Consultation combo because Toxrill constantly gets removed. But I never play Toxrill because everybody hates him. So like he just gets so immediately targeted that like it becomes less fun for me to play him. So I might make him CEDH just so that I can get to play him more frequently. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever put combos, WinCon combos in decks. I have an infinite colorless mana combo in Traxos, but it's reliant on the cards that I have that are playable. It's not a win con, it just allows me to play more stuff. And equipments as often as I want. So there is not I've never really played combos in decks before. So I'm not familiar with them. I don't love Warren Power Stone. I don't know why people put it in their deck. I'm taking it out. Okay. There's only 12 enchantments in here. I feel like Copy Artifact is part of a combo and probably really useful. So I'm going to leave it just now. But what's this? You control enchanted creature. This is pretty expensive and I don't necessarily want to steal people's stuff, so I'll take that out. Whenever an opponent... Ooh, thank you. Infinite mana combo. Sweet. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, counter that spell. If it has the same converted mana cost. I like it, but I don't love it. I'll leave it for now. And draw a card. Creatures lose all abilities at the beginning of the end step. I don't love this. I'll get rid of that. A little, like, it seems like one turn stacks is, like, weird. I don't love it. That seems okay. Okay, maybe useful. I don't know how many instants and sorceries I will be casting, but I'll leave it for now and then cut it if I end up not having lots of instants and sorceries. Lost in the Maze, I love just because of Fblthp. Like, I like to, I like the Lost theme. Um, when Lost in the Maze enters the battlefield, tap X target creatures, put a stun counter on each of those creatures you don't control. Tapped creatures you control have hexproof. So I can target my opponents too. But it puts stun counters on things. Okay. I like it. It's not bad. Okay. And it's an X, so I can pay as much as I want to for it. I like the flavor of it. I feel like this is part of a combo, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I saw this somewhere. Each non-creature artifact is an artifact creature with power and toughness, each equal to its converted mana cost. I feel like all the artifacts I have in here are low cost, so I don't really necessarily want like 1/1s and 2/2s and things like that. And I don't want to lose my rocks, so I think I'm cutting that. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you may put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature. Exile the token at the end of combat. It's a 2-drop. That might be okay. Tower artifact. The activation cost of target artifact is reduced by 2. I feel like this is part of a combo. I'll add it if I want to, but I'm not gonna add it just now. I love propaganda and Ristic Study, of course. Okay. Lands, I think we're fine on lands. Artifacts were still heavy. We're 26 artifacts. We got 65 instants. All right, let's look at creatures. I put 5 planeswalkers in. That's too much, but we'll see where we want to go. Archaeomancer is part of a combo. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. May reveal an instant or sorcery. I'll cut that. I think Baral is part of a combo as well. But do I want to focus on counter spells a lot? I don't know. It is nice card draw, but I feel like I don't want him. Homunculus must stay. Homunculus must stay. We're keeping all the homunculi. I don't want this. Homunculus! They're just so cute. When Great Whale comes into play, untap up to 7 lands. That's crazy, but also it costs 7. Ugh. The only thing that would be like, okay, I might keep it because if I could untap like Nyx, which taps for like a bajillion if I have a lot of blue stuff out, then that's probably really good. Because I could use Nyx to pay for this and then untap it, but yeah, let's see. Guile, this is very expensive. Can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. If a spell or ability you control would counter a spell, instead exile that spell. And it shuffles into the library. It's a good bomb, but I don't know if I love it. I'm gonna put it in considering. I don't want to remove it completely because I don't want to forget that it exists, but I'm getting rid of the golem. I don't love walls. This has to be part of a combo. Return instant or sorcery from the graveyard to your hand, maybe? Maybe it's a combo. I'm getting rid of it, though. Mole Drifter is good. Copy target instant or sorcery. Nah. Let's get rid of that. I don't need to scry too much. Referee squad. Invoke. No. Let's get rid of that. I feel like I'm doing pretty good with cuts because I'm usually not I'm usually not a strong cutter. I struggle with making cuts, but I feel okay today making cuts. Let's see. Homunculus. I want to keep it. Sacrifice? I don't think I need to do that. That's pretty good. I actually might put that in something else too. That's pretty good. When Salvager of Secrets enters the battlefield, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. No. Don't need that. That's pretty good, but it doesn't make sense in this deck. Sneaky homunculus. Look at him. Look at him. I'm getting rid of this. When Towergeist enters the battlefield, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other in your graveyard. Nah. Is it weird that, like, I hate this art? Like, I hate these style cards, so I just want to get rid of it because I don't like it. Okay. We're at 21 creatures, which I feel is pretty fine for a deck. I've cut a lot. I'm at 188 on main. I started at 225, so I feel like I've cut quite a bit, which is phenomenal. So I don't normally cut so easily. Okay. I feel like we're good on lands, we're good on enchantments. We're probably over on artifacts. We're at 26 artifacts, but we're good on creatures. We have to cut instants and sorceries, but I think I need to look at combos before I do that. We're at 25 sorceries and 65 instants. All right. I'm not using Mana Crypt, so I won't do that first. Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal. I won't do that first combo. Combo 2 also uses Mana Crypt and a Mox, so I won't do that. I'm not using Lion's Eye Diamond. These are all, this is like CEDH reliant combos. Okay. This is the Codex Shredder one. Uh, Rings of Bright Hearth, Basalt Monolith, Codex Shredder. Fblthp, which I said earlier to untap stuff. Okay, so Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, Proteus Staff. I think I'm going to put Fblthp in here because it's not in here. And Unwinding Clock was the one, right? Untap all artifacts during each other player's untap step. Okay. Tezzeret the Seeker, Reshape. Okay, so we won't have any. I draw stacks, tutors. Okay. I think I care about like these last couple of combos. Like Codex Shredder maybe. So I'll have to add that back. I don't know that I want to keep that, but we'll add it for now. Let's look at this deck, this explanation. This one has a Tamio's journal something or other, but it says arguably too slow for this build, which is what I thought as well. Staying alive. Do I have High Tide in here? I'm pretty sure I must. Yes, I do. Okay. I do like the drawing your deck and winning with Jace. That's kind of fun. Oh, that's what it was. March of the Machines. March of the Machines. Creatures do not untap during their... Oh, this is too much. This is just a lot. Okay. What is this? Infinite card draw. Okay. Man, I have so much to learn. All right, let's see what combos I want in this. Definitely Dramatic Reversal and Isochron Scepter. Not that. Not that. Not that. I don't know if I want this, but I don't think I want that. So let's get rid of Archaeomancer, Peregrine Drake. Now we're at 19 creatures, which I feel is getting better. Sorry, Ice Prophet, I don't have I don't have MTG bot. I actually was looking at adding it last night. Like the last night I was looking at it. So you like kind of read my mind about it because I've been meaning to add it and I just haven't. I think I had trouble with it, but I'll try to do it now. Let's see. Let's see if I can do it now. Anyway, while that's going. Yeah, I clicked like connect with Twitch and it like didn't. It wasn't doing it last night, so let's see. Try it. Try it now. Try it again. I don't know if I did it, but I connected it, so let's see. Did it not work? Because I connected it with Twitch and it says it's connected, but I think there's something else I have to do, but I don't know. Usually bots are pretty easy to install, and I synced the MTG bot, but I don't know. I think there's something else I have to do to make it go, and it is not it's not going. So, alas, one day it'll work. Today's not that day. All right, I guess we have to cut instants and sorceries. We've just got 89 cards left to cut. That's all. This is my deck as it stands. If anybody wants to look at it, let me just double check my TikTok chat. All right. All right, I do want to keep Jace. Kasmina. Spells your opponent's cast that target a creature or planeswalker you control cost 2 more to cast. Create a 2/2 blue wizard creature token. Draw a card, then discard card. I don't know that I love Kasmina, but yeah, I'm gonna be aggressive. Let's remove Narset. I feel like Narset's pretty good. It's good, especially for finding Fblthp if he gets lost in the deck, right? Look at the top 4 cards of your library. I guess I want to target Fblthp myself, right? To get him into the library. Untap up to 2 target artifacts. That seems pretty good. I need to see this big because I'm blind. Search your library for an artifact card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Okay. Card draw. All right, this seems fine. I don't know that I want to keep all the planeswalkers. I do want to keep Jace for sure. We'll see. I feel like I'm okay with creatures. I'm okay with enchantments. Maybe cut 1 or 2 more. I have 29 artifacts, which feels like too much. But for sure, I need to cut instants and sorceries, and I'm not super pleased about it, but let's go. Plot is a new keyword that allows you to pay a cost up front and exile a card from your hand. The card then becomes plotted. On a future turn, you may cast a plotted card from exile without paying its mana cost. Huh. That's pretty good. Let's see. Return target artifact. Oh, I don't know that I like need it, but let's look. Let's look. No, I don't want that for sure. Top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. Return up to 2 instant or sorcery cards. Nah. I don't think so. Exile X target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, its controller creates a 2/2 green boar. That's kind of silly. Deep Anal. Target player draws 2 cards. Okay. I feel like this is good removal, but it's expensive and I don't love it. I don't love this either. I'll keep that for now. I'll keep that for now. Search your library for a blue instant card, reveal that card, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, I can remove that for now. Maybe it's cheap, so maybe I'll keep it. Okay, I like that. I'll get rid of that. I don't need that. Sacrifice an artifact. If you do, search your library for an artifact card if that card's been of value. This is like so CEDH, I feel. That's pricey. I feel like it's essential, but like I don't want it. Treasure Cruise is pretty good. Tunnel Vision. Choose a card name. Target player reveals cards from the top of their library until a card with that name is revealed. If it is, that player puts the rest of the revealed cards into their graveyard and puts the card with the chosen name on top of their library. I mean, this is good for like either milling somebody or finding Fblthp, so I feel like that's good. Return all creatures to their owner's hand. No. I'm getting rid of that. Windfall. Each player discards their hand, then draws cards equal. It's good for finding Fblthp. And getting rid of people who have drawn lots of cards and have no max hand size kind of thing. All right, we're at 18 sorceries, which is probably still, is it 18 or 16? 16 sorceries, which is still too much, but better than before. So let's look at instants, because we're at 65 instants, and we have to cut 79 cards. So we're going to have lots to cut at the end of this, but all right. I need some like direction. When Fblthp enters the battlefield, draw a card if entered from your library or was cast from your library. Draw 2 cards instead. So I want to use Fblthp to like find him and draw cards. When he becomes a target of his spell, shuffle him into his library. And what's Lost on the Range Fblthp do? You may look at the top card of your library anytime. The top card has plot. The plot cost is equal to its mana cost. You may plot non-land cards from the top of your library. So, yeah, I'll put it in grid mode. You think Lost on the Range is better? I kind of want to make them interchangeable so that I can essentially play a different game each time. I might swap them. Okay, so plot is exile a card from your hand and cast it for free. Okay. So you want it to be sorted by mana value. Do you want it to be an image view as well? Or is list fine? Is this is by mana value now. And this is our curve so far. Our curve is pretty low. Obviously, I'm going to be getting rid of lots of stuff, but there's only one permanent with mana value 7, 5 with mana value 6, 6 with mana value 5. Everything's pretty low. So let's start cutting instance image grid. Okay. Wait. Here we go. I'll move over on OBS as well so you can see. Is that better? Hopefully. Let's see. Ugh, why does it keep doing that? OBS keeps wanting to like go over to the left, which hold on. TikTok is yelling at me. I'm still here, TikTok. It's me. Hello. Yeah, I don't know why it's wanting to do that. Maybe if I do this. Hopefully it keeps wanting to like show you the left of my screen instead of the right. I don't know why, but I'm trying. Hold on. Let's go. Let's try this. Eh? Ugh. It's just gonna do what it wants, okay? It's gonna do what it wants, but here is the list so you can see it on your own screen. But yes, this is as it stands. I'll figure it out one day. Sorceries I definitely have to cut. Ideally, I'd like to cut like half of them, but I just looked at them and I cut a bunch and I feel like I can't I can't tackle that just now. I'm going to go to instance because we need to cut lots of instance here. And oh my god, and artifacts too. Somebody put this egg, which I thought was hilarious, and I like kind of want to keep it because it's just funny to me. Oh no. I can't like I can't expand it on when it's an image. So weird. I'm not going to be able to see anything. All right. I know counter spells are so crucial in blue, but I hate them. I hate leaving up open mana. You may cast a spell for its cleave cost if you do. Okay. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Nah. I like an offer you can't refuse. Draw 3 cards as necessary. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Then that permanent's controller may sacrifice a land. If the player does, he or she may copy a spell. Nah. I will leave it just now, but I don't know that I love it. Counter, target, instant, or sorcery. No, I don't want to get into Storm. It's too much. High Tide must stay. You may exile any number of blue cards from your hand. No. Maybe. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. I like that. I'm just keeping everything. Gosh darn it. Counter spells save lives. I know, but I just want to play things, and I'm so tempted to use up all my mana all the time. I'm the worst at playing blue. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom. Okay, that's necessary for Fblthp. Fine. This is necessary for finding Fblthp. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not keeping that. It's just too many counters. I don't have plans for who I'm playing this deck against. I am probably just this is going to be one of those decks that's like a conversation piece, you know? Like, what are we playing today? And, you know, I don't necessarily want it to be like super mean, but I want it to be, I don't know. I want it to be something. um this is so bothering me in that OBS is not cooperating. I'm going to do my darndest to make it fit as best as it can. I don't know. Maybe if I keep it small like this, then you'll see most of it. It's killing me. But if I keep it small like this, then TikTok doesn't see it. Hold on. Nope. I can fix this. I believe in myself. Okay. I think I've got it. I think I got it. All right. I think I got it. We did it. We got there, folks. All right. I'll just do that, and then you can see most of it. Sorry, technology. Okay, we're at 60 instants. I'm not doing a good job at cutting instants. Friend or foe? I don't know. I kind of want to be able to play this against anybody, really. Resculpt. Exile target artifact creature. Probably not. Let's remove that. Return target creature to owner's hand on tap 2 lands. For 2 mana, it feels fine. Especially if it's like something with lots of counters on it, then all the counters fall off. That's fun. That's good. I could probably get rid of this. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Exile up to 2 target creatures you control, then return those. I don't love that. So I'm not really focusing on like ETBs or anything like that, so. I don't love that. Yeah, untapped land cards in the is pretty big in this. High Tide is really useful. There's a lot of like return instants or sorceries to hand, which would make like High Tide really, really useful, but like I have to pick a direction, and I don't necessarily like if I don't necessarily want to keep bringing instants and sorceries back. I feel like that's just going to prolong things. Like I'd rather like find the win con rather than keep playing shenanigans. Like that concept annoys me a little bit. So let's see. We're at 170. I have to cut 70 cards. Why do I do this to myself? All right. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand. I do want Frantic Search. Zeus, what's up? Okay, so I am building Fblthp, and I do want to put a couple combos in it, but I haven't decided which ones just yet. I don't want to put like super CEDH cards in it, like Mana Crypt or like the Moxes or anything like that. I do have like Isochron Scepter, Dramatic Reversal, things like that. So I want it to be Commander decks are supposed to be able to win. Can you believe it? I want to make the Fblthps interchangeable. So I could either use Fblthp the Lost as my commander or Fblthp Lost on the Range. Either or. So I do like the concept of losing Fblthp in the deck and finding him again. But that in and of itself won't win the game, right? So it'll just draw me lots of cards. And I maybe want to target him myself so that I can lose him in the deck and, you know, draw the cards, and then drawing the cards will allow me to find that win con. If I have a possible deck myself win con with Jace. I didn't put Labman in it because I do want to make it a homunculus deck, so I have like primarily homunculi in here. But I do want to have like 2 or 3 combos as a possible win for this deck. I just haven't completely decided what I want those to be. But I started a shell with things that I know that I wanted in my deck. And then I copied a couple deck lists that I found and I added them. And I was at like 200 something cards, and now I'm cutting cards that I know that I don't want in the deck. And then once I'm like down to a reasonable number, I will decide on the combos that I want to put in, keep, etc. But at the moment, I'm at 170 and I need to cut um that's the deck list as it stands so far. I need to cut 70 cards and then decide on what that win con will be. Um which is overwhelming. I don't know why I do this to myself, but here we are. And I don't always deck build this poorly. I've been wanting to build this deck for like 2 years and I just can't settle how I want to build it. So here we are. Okay. Um let's see. Ghostly Flicker must leave. I must leave, not must leave the deck. Spark Double. I'm not, but why would you want to? Tell me why I would want something like Spark Double or copy effects in this. There were some copy effects in it, but I took some of them out. But tell me why you think I should. Okay, I'm keeping that. Unwind, counter target, non-creature. There's so many counters in this, and I just feel like that's too much. I do like untap 3 lands, but I feel like Unwind in this deck is probably better than Force of Negation. If that makes sense. I mean, I know that Force of Negation, you can exile a card and it plays free, but untapping lands feels better to me than this, which is much more expensive. No. I can't decide. Okay, I'm getting rid of this. Return to their owner's hands all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. And that's all, even mine. Okay. Draw 3 cards. That's good, but it's pricey. Return target non-land permanent you control. And target. Don't love. I like treasure, but I feel like I'm not gonna need like this. I probably won't need this as much. Target player draws 4 cards. Counter a target creature spell, draw cards equal to that spell's converted mana cost. See, these are so good, but like, oh god, I'm having such a hard time. 5 cost counter spells, yeah, I know. They're tough includes for me too. I like this, like, card draw, because if I'm losing Fblthp, I want to find him, so, like, I like the card draw, but I don't want this. I don't necessarily want extra turns either. Okay. We're at 166. We still have 52 instants, which is like crazy. I don't know what to do. Let's see. Okay, I'm okay with creatures. 19, that's fine. Sorceries, I have to cut at least half. Instants, I have to cut a lot because I'm at 52, which is like insane. Artifacts, I probably have to cut a bit. I'm at 29. Enchantments, I'm at 8, which feels fine. Yeah, it's mostly the instants and sorceries I have to cut, but I can't decide. I'm struggling. And I have to go to the movies because I have a movie at 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna be leaving soon. How high power do I want this deck to be? I am open. I'm open. I just don't want to include like super duper expensive cards like Mana Crypt and like Moxes and things like that. I've purposely left them out just because like I don't mind it being high power. I just don't want it to be like in the realm of like ridiculous cards. You know, like I want it to be a deck that I can buy. So it's under $1,000 right now and it's 66 cards over, so I feel like the price point is getting to be somewhere that I'm happy with. I don't mind it being high power though. I'm running Homunculus. Usually this deck doesn't have any creatures. Usually Fblthp is like the only creature in it, but I'm running uh all of the Homunculus, which I'm going to go through them and just make sure that they're like valuable to the deck, but I put all the Homunculus in here to start with, and I put Fblthp Lost on the Range, um and just a couple other things that are useful, like whenever another blue creature enters the battlefield, Muldrifter, and the Great Whale. That's like my big bomb because it untaps 7 lands, and if I'm untapping something like Nyx, that'll be really useful. Um Displacer Kitten. I forgot what it does, but I know it's good. Okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay. Does that trigger Fblthp's ability? Because Fblthp is like if it entered from your library or was cast from your library, draw 2 cards. Or does it? Oh, the homunculi. Okay. Got it. I was like, I can't like target Fblthp because it doesn't do anything for Fblthp. I see. Look at this little guy. He's so cute. All right. Okay, I've got to table this because I am going to the movies and I have a movie at 3 o'clock, so I have to leave. But this is the deck as it stands. I might stream again later tonight, maybe, to finish this. But I definitely want to finish this week. This is like my project. I've been putting this off for literally like 2 years. So it's got to come together now. But thank you all so much for being with me. I'm gonna raid into Anna, who's streaming Phasmophobia. So please hang in there and say hello to her and come back later. I love you all. Thank you so much. Have a great night or a great day. Ah.
We have to kind of go around and figure out what ghost is in the house using all this fancy equipment. Yes, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Ice Prophet. How do you do?